go, Brewster.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
You lied and I died!
I'm feeling woozy, yeah.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
How's it hanging, Phil?
What's the prime time, bitch?
Come and get it! So either put the gun down now, or kiss your ass goodbye.
Let's get this party started.
I agree, Dana. Let's get this party started. Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge.
And I'm Ashley Sledge.
And let's talk horror. Now, today we are joined by two amazing ladies that have never been a part of a live stream with us before. So, first off, I want to introduce Nadia of Horror and More. Nadia, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing really well. How are you guys?
We're doing good.
We are very, very good. It is an honor to have you here. It is an honor to work with you again. Your My First Horror Movie will be coming out soon. And speaking of which, Jordana, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
We are good. Jordana is the host of the Pretty Killer podcast, which her episode of My First Horror Movie will be coming out soon. But on top of that, if you're not subscribed to Nadia or subscribed to Jordana, I have their links down in the description. So make sure that you are subscribing to the podcast. Make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel. Before we get started here, Nadia, can you tell people a little bit about what you do over on your channel?
For sure. So what I have my channel called is Horror and More. So obviously I do horror stuff such as collection, haul videos, tier list, live streams coming up. And more stuff is like vlogs and whatnot. But I am looking forward to doing the live stream. I'm going to be doing video games and conspiracy theories.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
That's awesome.
I'm telling you this, if you do video games, you got to do The Evil Within. It's like one of my all-time
already on the list.
Games. Awesome.
Already on the list.
How about Frogger?
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot? So what about you, Jordana? Can you tell people a little bit about what you do at the Pretty Killer podcast?
Yeah, I just talk. I invite people on and we talk about random things that we like, top 10 list, B-list killers, ridiculous stuff like that. So
That's awesome.
Well, I mean, honestly, you guys don't have to go far to look for these amazing ladies because their links are right down here in the description. So make sure you are subscribing to the podcast, subscribing to the channel. And I'm probably going to say that like 50 more times throughout the episode. So just do it now so that way it's out of the way. Before we actually get started, though, we do want to see who's in the chat. Tatum is here.
Hey, Tatum.
Good evening, Tatum. Nice to see you. Our little brother, Nathan.
Hey, Nathan.
He's here. What's going on, buddy? I know you're not a huge fan, but we're still glad you came out to see us anyway. What's up, Robin? I have
Robin.
like 7 honorable mentions. When it comes to something like that, I do want to say that this was something that was very, very hard. My list from 2 through my honorable mentions could all be interchanged. My number 1 is my number 1. It won't change. But this was a hard list, not to come up with the movies, but to put them in a certain order was very, very hard for me because I like every movie on this list. The Hatchet Boys,
Hey.
What's going on? Thank you for coming out. Danielle, we are just as excited to have you as you are to be here.
Hi,
so
Danielle.
thank you for joining us. Maybe if my old fingers could scroll down, I'd be able to see who else is here. What's up, everyone? I smashed that like button before I came into this awesome stream. Thank you,
Thanks,
Russell. And you should all do the same because Russell is a good person to be a follower of.
He's a good leader.
Our buddy Charles is here. Great panel. My second favorite subgenre.
Thanks,
All right.
Charles.
Well, we got a donation, guys. So you know what that means.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
It's those damn enchiladas, Charles. Thank you so much, brother. Man, so who else we got in here? Robin is here. John, what's up, buddy?
Hey, John.
Nice to see you. I'm just trying to go through real quick. Everybody,
Shaheem.
Shaheem.
Hey, Shaheem.
The only time I'll be happy with you being zombified, brother. All right, man. Matthew, just bought Dawn of the Dead and Dead Space remake today.
Nice.
I know for sure we'll be talking about at least one of those today.
At least one, yeah.
Mhm.
All right, guys. So everybody, thank you for all. Hey, what's up, Louie? Nice to see you,
Louie.
buddy. Hey, thank you. That's what happens when you get old. But I appreciate you, Tyrone. It's nice to see you, brother. I miss you.
Hey, Tyrone.
What's up, Nadia and everyone? How you doing, Steven?
Hey, Steven.
I've been waiting for the conspiracy videos, Nadia. Somebody's ready for them.
I had some technical difficulties, but it's set up now.
I'm gonna say I'm very interested.
Yeah.
I love conspiracy, type
Same.
theories. Yeah.
Hi, Toxinos. The only one I
Hi.
believe in is Paul McCartney's dead. Good luck trying to convince me otherwise.
Yeah, this is true. You were obsessed with that one for like a year.
A year, I still am.
Oh yeah. Well, I know, but
what's
like
up,
you
nerd?
would like watch videos and like try to point out the differences. Like you were.
Nice.
Hey, guys.
It was bad.
It was
bad.
It was.
Yeah.
I was like, it's Paul McCartney, man. It's not real. It's Paul. He's not really fake. It got
It's
bad.
true.
Hey, Ashley, what's going on?
Hey.
Thank you for stopping in. Well, we say hello to your friend Robert, Danielle. Thank you,
Hi,
Robert, for
Robert.
watching too. That is sick, dude. I can't wait. For those of you that weren't here last week,
Wow. That's awesome.
One Real Nerd is building arcade cabinets. And I think that is the dopest
Yes.
thing
Mhm.
in the whole world. Like, that is so sick. So make sure you're checking One Real Nerd out here on YouTube and follow One Real Nerd on Instagram. It's so dope. Hey, I got a lot of infected on my list. No, you know what? That's
Yeah.
something we'll talk about. Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get there.
Mhm.
But T Parker says to see you, buddy.
Hey, T Parker.
Hey, dog lover.
Hi, dog lover.
Wait, J Dev is here. Did I miss J Dev?
Oh man. Hey,
There he
J-Dev.
is.
What a jerk.
What's up, buddy? Oh, our best friend. All right. Wow, guys. Thank you so much. So we are going to get right into our list. Everybody in the chat, please remember to give us your list as well. Make sure you're
Mhm.
communicating with each other. And most of all, let's have a great time tonight. So my honorable mentions, I'm starting off with a bang. 28 Days Later and Train to Busan. Those are my honorable mentions. Again, 2 through honorable mentions, these were very hard for me to rank just because the movies are all so good. But 28 Days Later is kind of sluggish at times. But it does, however, have one of the saddest deaths in the most ironic way with the blood drop for me. That's one of the saddest, most ironic deaths I've ever seen in a horror film. And then Train to Busan. Obviously, I'm very excited for the American remake of Last Train to New York. We'll see what they do with that this year. But Train to Busan is very effective, very scary, very sad. So it's one of those movies that I think really it hit me in the chest. Again, could have been higher. Every movie on this list, this isn't like a list where towards the bottom I was like, oh, I just got to throw some movies on here because I really like all these movies, and I had to keep like 4 or 5 movies off that I really like. So my honorable mentions: 28 Days Later and Train to Busan. What about you, my love?
So I have one, and it's Warm Bodies, and I really
Ew.
enjoyed that movie. Fun. Like, okay, hear me out. Like, you can hear his inner dialogue, but yeah, it still like comes out as zombie talk.
Mm-hmm.
And like when they eat other people's brains, like they can see like that person's past. Like they had good ideas, Ken. Okay, so don't ill me. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I can handle
During
it.
an honorable
Already.
I can handle it. Okay.
Someone already got canceled in an honorable mention.
I'm not surprised. He cancels me all the time.
I gotta,
It's,
you know what?
It's a good movie. It's cute.
We
okay?
haven't watched that movie
It's a
since it
cute,
came out.
lovely movie.
I should probably rewatch it because I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Yeah,
I
you
would
should before you
rewatch
go
it.
and cancel me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then I'll cancel you
Right.
twice.
I dare you.
So how about you, Nadia? What's your honorable mentions?
So I, being the physical media person that I am, I brought them with me, the ones that I did have.
Nice.
Oh,
So one of them is going to be Zombieland. And the second one is going to be Shaun of the Dead.
Very nice.
So actually, I just got this today, and it's a Shaun of the Dead whack it thing. It's a shot glass.
That's
Yes.
awesome. Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
yeah.
But yeah, I just love Shaun of the Dead because it's goofy UK fun. It's got
Mhm.
throwing stupid stuff at zombies like toilet paper, and Zombieland is just, I prefer the second one. That's just me. I think I'm in the minority of that, but I stand with my opinion.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
If we all had the same
Yeah.
opinions, there'd be no reason to do these lists. So
Nope.
totally understand and respect that. What about you, Jordana? What's your honorable mention?
So I have one, and I don't know if it's like a known one, but it's Yummy that was on Shudder.
Okay.
And that was a girl wants to go get like a boob job done. So she goes to this like rundown hospital, and the mom goes and she wants like a facelift, and it's like a horror or a zombie horror comedy, like torso zombies in the hospital. It's just ridiculous. And I feel like no one talks about it. So
You said it's called Yummy?
We should check
Yummy.
that out. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'm writing it down so
Yeah.
we can
That's
check
not
it
the
out.
short film, is it? On Hulu?
Nope, it was on Shudder, and I think it was like 2000. I want to say either 17 or 18.
Okay.
I'm thinking
But-
of something
Yeah, see,
else.
That's
Yeah.
another reason why I love doing these lists is because we get more movies that we can watch that we haven't seen yet.
For
So
sure.
that's another reason why doing these lists is so much fun for me.
Yeah.
So now, guys, we are going to catch up on the chat here really quick before I'm going to try to keep up on the chat as much as we can, but you guys are booming tonight. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I think it's amazing, but I don't want to keep these ladies here all night. I didn't see Army of the Dead. I thought the concept of zombies with a rational nature and not an animalistic nature was an interesting one. It didn't make my list, but it's a good one. Still have not seen Train to Busan. I passed it up, unfortunately, at Best Buy. I really like Train to Busan. I also cried like a baby every time I watch Train to Busan. So I gotta say that.
Yes.
Night of the Living Dead, 1990, Wreck, and Wreck 2. Great choices.
Nice.
And something I do want to say right off the bat: everybody that's watching this that is used to Sledgehammer horror, you probably know what my number one is. I don't think it's a secret what my number one is. And if you're thinking it, you're right. It is. But it's not about the destination, guys. It's about the journey. So let's take a journey of loving this up until we get to my number one. Because like I said, you all know what my number one is. It's not a secret, but still, we're gonna have fun. Warm Bodies is great. It's my Twilight.
T. Parker. Thank you. You gotta kick.
The guy that likes Halloween Ends. I'm gonna take his advice.
Hey.
I'm kidding, T. Parker.
Please,
I love you, man.
get
You're
him.
on fire
T.
tonight.
Parker, not only does T. Parker like Halloween Ends, he hates Jason Goes to Hell. So T. Parker, your mean doesn't mean a fucking thing to me. Okay. No,
It means a lot to me, T.
no,
Parker.
I love you, T. Parker. I really do, man. My favorite is Day of the Dead, followed closely by Zombie and 1990s Night of the Living Dead. Nice. TTB might be my favorite zombie movie. TTB, what am I missing here? Do I not know this one?
Train to Busan.
Oh, there we go.
Busan,
Duh.
yeah.
I'm a big
Right?
fat idiot. Listen, I just found out like 2 days ago what WTF means. I'm kidding.
Oh my
Um,
god.
He's got though.
You're gonna hate me for at least no cap. I did. For at least one place. I'm pretty sure I know what this is now, Dyson. My heart's already broken. Contracted and in the Apocalypse was a good one. That was hard for me to leave off. I did leave it off my list, but that was a hard one. Everybody knows zombies eat brains to take away their pain. That's true.
It is.
Mhm.
It is true.
Nadia's one-upping us all with visual presentation.
Yes.
Yes,
She's gonna make us all look stupid. Man, Mr. No Legs, you guys are awesome. Thank you for the chat being so poppin' as it is. Like I said, guys, I'm not trying to ignore anybody. Sean, I don't think I've seen 10 zombie movies. Not my genre, at least it's old. So 28 weeks later, Zombieland movies are fun. Dawn of the Dead remake.
Yeah.
Sledging through the snow. Yes, that is what we
Like
do.
literally.
Yeah.
There's a lot of snow.
Yeah. Hey, Gory Tiger's here. What's going on, Gory?
Hey, Corey.
Pretty Killer is amazing. You know, I have to concur with you.
Thank you.
She is quite swell. I agree. Next, he'll say he found out about LOL. Listen, I know what loving of
Oh God. here we go.
lemmings is. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey, what's up, Born to Be Rad? Halloween Ed stand. Yeah, well, listen, you can stay over there because until I get you to agree that Jason Goes to Hell is a fantastic
No
film.
one's
stay
agreeing
over
to
there.
that, Ken. No one is agreeing to that.
All right, guys. So we will actually go to our number 10s. Do you want to start us off with that one, Ash?
Yes. So my number 10 is Day of the Dead from 1985.
Day of the Dead is at number 10 for you?
It is.
Okay.
Can you stop dissing my list? Just let me speak. my words. Thank you.
Gonna be like,
So
"Cancelled."
I like how it's like they bring like Dr. Frankenstein like is trying to bring the zombies back, and you know he's what's the zombie's name, Buddy or whatever, Bub. Yeah, I just think it's so cool, like how it's different. You know what I mean? Like it's different. Like he's trying to like make them so they're not trying to eat people and showing them things from their life that will like make them be able to be a part of society.
Right.
Even though it all goes sour. It's still a good movie. The special effects are really good. And like the tension between the two groups that keeps you on your seat as well. So I really enjoy that movie.
Okay.
And I think Bub is really cute, actually.
I just think it's crazy you have Day of the Dead at number 10.
What's your
We're not at me yet.
all right.
We're at
Well,
Nadia now.
I can't
okay?
wait to see what it is. Okay. All right.
We'll get there. Nadia, what's your number 10, love?
My number 10 is actually going to be the first zombie movie I ever saw, and it's what made me fall in love with the genre, and that is Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
It's on VHS. I don't know if there's a DVD release of it or anything, but it's got my heart. I saw it at like 7 years old. The soundtrack is amazing. The animation is amazing for its time, and I just have fun with it. I haven't seen it since I was 7, but that's all I remember. But it has a place in my heart.
Is that the one where they are in New Orleans? I remember a Scooby-Doo. I thought it was Zombie
She just
Island.
said she hasn't seen it since she was 7.
Since she was 7.
Since she was 7.
It's right there. You read it.
Read it, and
All right, damn, I'm sorry. I'm
with
an
your
idiot.
glasses.
I don't know where it takes place.
So what about you, Jordana? What's your number 10?
So I just want a full disclosure too. So zombies are like, I like zombie movies, but they're not my favorite subgenre. So my list is, you guys are gonna probably be like, canceled the whole time. But I'm happy because I'm getting to like hear other awesome zombie movies that I've maybe never heard of. So, but with that being said, number 10 for me is The Sadness. Just because I've never seen such a animalistic, like as intense as it was. Like it was just so, I don't know. Like it made me feel
You're coming hard to that new release.
Right.
Yeah. I just watched it not too long ago by myself, and I was like, oh God, like the eye part.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, and I love as much as it's gross, how they kind of like pan away during the scene. So you don't see it because you see everything else in the movie. But I don't know. I thought it was different. So it's 10 on my list.
That's
Nice.
fair.
Yeah.
So number 10 on my list, just to show everybody so you know I'm not full of shit. Yes, my number 10 is Day of the Dead.
Wow. Wow.
So that's why I was saying wow to you. Not because it was so low, just because
you
it's the
copied
same.
my list.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do love Day of the Dead. It's a fun movie. I remember as a kid, I was kind of like shitty towards that movie because like, oh, they got Bub, they're trying to make him human. He's got headphones on, and it's a fun movie. It's even today, it's probably my least favorite of like the Night, Dawn, Day. Like I would still say that's my least favorite of the bunch, but it's still a fun movie. If it's on, I won't change it. So, before we get to Nadia's number 9, I want to catch up on the chat real quick. See, I told you, LOL, love your local lemming. I told you. You guys didn't know that? Don't encourage
this.
Well, that's all right, man. As long as you're here following along, we really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's up, Calvin?
Hey, Calvin.
Hey, I know that, buddy. That's why we wanted to do this. And I do want to say again, guys, for people that are coming in, we got more people coming into the chat. I have Nadia's YouTube page, Horror and More. I have Jordana's, all her links on her link tree down in the description. So make sure you're subscribing to the podcast, subscribing to the YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. We would love to have you along. So let's go back to this. Shaun of the Dead, I feel though it's not for everyone. You have to like British humor to like it. Shaun of the Dead's all right. Number 10, Shaun of the Dead.
Okay.
Number 10, 28 days / weeks later. Oh, we got a Dead Alive. Nice. Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City. Very nice. Brain Dead, Dead Alive. Night of the Living Dead OG, 1968. Oh, we got some love for feckin' Zombie Island. Getting some love in there, Nadia. Yeah, even Tatum, she's getting in there too. Scooby-Doo on Blu-ray. I used to blaze to that movie. That is awesome. That is one of the coolest things ever. Oh,
I
yeah,
hope you
for
went
sure.
7.
You're right.
I mean, you're right. Let's watch some Scooby-Doo.
This is the easy way to do it.
All right, guys. So awesome. Everybody is chatting it up. I see a lot of 28 Days Later love, Shaun of the Dead love. Shaun of the Dead's all right. I'm an agent of chaos. I encourage and enable bad behavior. Appreciate it. I am already subscribed to Nadia. Great content. I agree. She's amazing.
you.
And you should also subscribe to Jordana's podcast because that's just as great. These two are amazing. That's why we wanted to bring them back to do this. So, Nadia, do you want to start us off with your number 9?
Yes. So my number 9, I don't have it with me. I couldn't find it, but it is Night of the Living Dead from George A. Romero. It's just an all-around classic. You think of zombie movies, you think of Night of the Living Dead. It has the most famous lines there is, like they're coming to get you, Barbara. And that's just, I love the shirt that says that. I think it is considered to be one of the first zombie movies too. So you can't not like this movie. It's an all-around classic.
Okay. So I just to clarify, you are talking about the 1968 Night of the Living Dead. Okay. Just want to clarify just so because there are 2 different ones that we may talk about later. So I just wanted to make sure.
The OG.
Okay. So what about you, Jordana? What's your number 9?
My number 9 is Return of the Living Dead. 85.
Okay.
Tarman. That was one of the first zombie movies that I watched when I was younger, and I was fucking terrified. It's like, oh my, like the woman on the table. I thought the group of friends was awesome. I just loved all of it. So that's number 9.
Nice.
I'm gonna piggyback. The most punk rock zombie movie in the whole world. My number 9 is Return of the Living Dead. This was one of those first movies because growing up, obviously, I was a huge fan of punk rock. You know, I've always been a huge fan ever since I saw Angus when I was like fucking 7 or 8 years old, and I got introduced to Green Day and Weezer and shit. But you know, watching this movie made me realize that like you could do horror and punk rock at the same time. And it was just one of the coolest things in the world to me. So my number 9, absolutely the most punk rock zombie movie of all time, Return of the Living Dead. What about you, my love?
So my number 9 is Paranorman. I really like that movie. Like I went and took my son to see it in the theater and he loved it too. Like we watched it every night pretty much when it came out. Like on what am I trying to say? When it came out on DVD.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's just cute. It has a good message. The tone is creepy. It's just a cute movie. So I had to add that to my list. So my number 9 is Paranorman.
And nobody could talk shit. We've had a Scooby-Doo and we've had a Paranorman.
Right.
No, I love it. I love the fact that we're getting these. Like these are movies that introduced us to horror at a younger age and it really made us fall in love with it. So
I was an adult when I seen Paranorman, but I still
Cecily.
Hey,
we had so much fun with you the other night. I can't wait to hang out with you again.
Yes.
Like it was a blast. I love it. Every time I get to see you, it's awesome. So thank you for coming out and seeing us for a little bit. We appreciate it so much. Why is this going so slow? Do the ladies follow back? I can't speak for them, but you're amazing, Cal, so I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yes, we do follow back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Well,
they do.
I do. Yes.
You don't seem creepy.
Cal's awesome. Cal is great. The Crazies remake. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah, I was gonna put that in
I
my
didn't
list,
either.
but
that
no.
is a good one.
That makes me sad.
Yeah.
I got Dawn of the Dead, Russell. Which one? We got 1978 or we got 2004? So let me know. Shaheem says 2004. Oh man, Cal, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, Super Nintendo, the best video game soundtrack of all
I knew you were
time.
going to say that.
I literally at one point, I'm not even kidding, I had the Zombies Ate My Neighbors soundtrack burned on a CD and we would listen to it in my car.
Heck
I remember
yeah.
like ripping that from like fucking LimeWire. Being in
Oh
my
my
car,
God.
LimeWire.
The good,
I know, like
They're like, I got him.
Yep.
the good old days. I miss the days of burning
I know.
CDs.
Yeah.
Right.
yes, me too. Making
do.
mixtapes, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a super sticker. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Tatum.
Tatum.
And we already gave you guys some ooh baby. So now, in honor of us doing zombies, let's have a little more fun.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Yeah, boy.
All right.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
I didn't
Thank
see that
you so
coming.
much, Tatum. Number 9, same as Nadia, Night of the Living Dead, 1968. I like Warm Bodies in Zombieland. Favorite might be Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead's all right. Listen, you don't ever have to give us donations. The fact that you're here means the world to us. We love you too. Thank you for coming. And like I said, donations are cool. What's more important is you're here hanging out with us. So thank you. Resident Evil Apocalypse. Mike Epps was hilarious. 28 weeks later. I need to watch this movie again because I haven't seen it in so long. I don't remember a lot about it. So I will definitely check it out. One Cut of the Dead.
I've never heard of that.
We're still getting. We want some conspiracy theories from Nadia. We got to get this going.
Yeah.
I just put all my stuff together. It's coming. Don't worry. It's coming.
Well, and you know what? And if you guys want, the best way you can know when they're here is to subscribe to her channel by clicking the links down in the description. And make sure you click that bell so that way you stay notified whenever she puts out a new video. So remember that. Yeah, burn CDs. Yeah, I'm that old. LimeWire. I wasn't there, but I could feel the sketchy viruses from here.
Oh, you can for sure.
Me and my viruses. That sounds really weird.
I know.
2004's Dawn of the Dead. Okay.
Giving me viruses on my computer.
You used to jam to that in your car. I'm telling you, like, I'd be in my car, like, do, 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 do. Like, that's the best soundtrack ever. Like, I love that shit. That and Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. Those two soundtracks for video games, absolutely dynamite. So good. You need it. I might go re-download it tonight. But I do that legally now. It's all legal now. Sure you do.
Legal.
Yes. I buried my ex-girlfriend at number 8. Very nice. So let's get to our number 8.
I read burned because I have burned on my mind. I'm like, oh dang. I burned my ex-girlfriend at 8 p.m.
So, hey guys, that's why to come here and let you know I murdered my girlfriend, burned her. It was crazy. So what's your number 7? Jordana, let's start off with you at number 8.
So my entry for number 8 is one of the Gates of Hell, part of the Gates of Hell trilogy, and it's City of the Living Dead. By Falsey. I love him so much. And that one scene with the priest and the two people in the car, and it goes to the back and forth pan in the eyes, and then her eyes start to bleed and she starts throwing up her insides. That scene was like fucking amazing. So I definitely I love that whole trilogy. I just love his take on zombies. So,
and you know, Fulci is one of those ones that is just like he's always just been over the top with everything he does. So you know, it's one of those things where you gotta love the guy, and like I said, he really goes above and beyond with everything he does. So
you can
I'm
see
right
it
there
in
with
his
you.
movies.
I'm a huge fan. Yes, 100%. So my number 8 is where we're at now. Is Dawn of the Dead 1978. I am going with the OG Dawn of the Dead. Look, I love this movie. I love Ken Foray. One thing I really love about this movie that I don't think gets talked about enough, there's a moment towards the beginning of the film where they're going in the building and they're trying to kill the zombies, and you have the racist cops that are killing everybody in the building, and Ken Foray goes to the basement. And there's a pile of zombies down there, and he's shooting the zombies. And there's one moment where he literally is looking down at a zombie, and he starts crying. And you have this moment of like real human in this moment where, we're in here killing zombies, but to him, he remembers these were human beings at one point. You know, it's not like, oh, there's zombies everywhere, and now I'm just this killing machine that's going to go and kill all these zombies. Like, he still has that moment of, this is a very, very human moment in a movie that we don't usually get a lot of, those human type moments. And they also say the word zombies in this movie. You know, Ken Foray drops the Z word, which is really cool. But there's a lot of moments in this movie, man, like especially going back to watch now, like when they're, you know, hitting the zombies with seltzer water and pies. You know, like there's just a lot of wasted time
Yeah.
throughout the OG Dawn of the Dead too, where you're
Trying
like,
on
what the fuck are we doing
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Like I said, I love the movie. I love what it created. I love what it started. It's just there's also those moments where you're like, this movie could have easily been a half hour shorter.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So while I love the movie, I do have it down at number 8. What about you, my love?
My number 8 is 28 weeks later.
28 weeks or 28 days?
28 weeks later.
Oh.
Yeah. It's pretty action packed. I do hate how Don just like leaves his wife up in the house when she's like calling for him and he just runs away. And then he lies to his kids, like, I tried to save her. No, you didn't, Don. You did not try to save her. You left her. You dick. But anyways,
I can't say anything because I don't remember this movie.
Yeah, so she like tries to save the little boy from the zombies and they get she like goes into a different room and he just like leaves and she's like in the window and he watches them like get taken by zombies. But then the kids come back and he tells them, oh yeah, I tried everything. And the mom is still alive because like she doesn't get affected by the virus.
Okay.
Like, you know, everybody else does. She doesn't turn. Like she still can infect people, but she like doesn't like turn into a zombie. And so they're like, why did you lie? And he goes in and sees her and he makes out with her and then he becomes a zombie.
I mean, if you're gonna go, I can't think of a better way.
Yeah. And so then and you know, everything that they work so hard to get rid of all comes back.
We own this movie. We need to watch it again.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember this movie.
And then the Sergeant Doyle that is like supposed to like take everybody out, they at one point they're like, just take out the infected, and then it just gets like overrun, so they have to take out everybody. And he's like, I'm not doing that. And so
did I like this movie?
I don't know.
I mean, like, I always I always remember 28 days later.
Yeah.
But 28 weeks later to me is like Rings. Like I know it's there.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've seen it. But I don't remember a fucking thing about it.
It's not a bad movie. It's fun. Well, I don't know if it's fun. It's good.
It's fun. You got people dying and making out.
Well, he made out with his wife that he didn't try to save. But yeah,
Right.
I like the movie. And then Sergeant Doyle, he actually helps those kids because they know, like, if the mom can hold the virus and not get infected, then maybe these kids could help. And so he like pretty much like sacrifices himself.
So are they doing that thing like where maybe she's the cure type thing?
But she gets completely like the dad fucks her up, like kills her after he becomes a zombie. You don't remember any of that?
I don't remember any of it.
He like completely
I'm not being
like
funny.
tears out her neck. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Let's watch.
I don't remember that movie either.
Such a dick.
I know. Like, he
Like,
not
what an
only
asshole.
leaves her- Yeah,
I mean,
but then he tears out her
Hold
neck.
on. To be fair,
Like, and when they get
she turned him.
yeah, because
He left her.
like I would turn you too.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't leave you.
Okay, good.
Oh.
That depends. Like how many were coming?
It doesn't depend
At me.
on that. Wow, that's not love.
Like if I had to like save you or save the kids.
Oh, go ahead and save the kids.
No,
The
I'd say
kids-
fuck all of you and I'd leave.
The kids weren't there. They were overseas
Why are the kids overseas if they're at home?
because they took all the kids out of the country.
Oh, they took them out 28 weeks before.
Yes.
Oh, so this is 28 weeks later.
Right.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, we will catch up on the time. I'm sorry, we'll catch up on the chat real quick.
Is there a 28 months later coming?
I heard there
Oh,
was.
maybe.
I heard there was, and like dead serious. There was supposed to be at one point. But
This was a long time ago. That
it's just like the collection. Like we got the collector, we got the collected.
Oh,
that's-
yeah, that
and then
got
we got
canceled.
the collection.
Yeah.
that's a
You
sore
know, so
subject.
I know. Trust me, I'm still
That
really
makes
butthurt.
me
about-
sad.
You know what?
Mhm.
I wanted to. I'm not being completely transparent.
Yeah.
I don't have an Evil Dead movie on my list.
Mhm.
I know they're Deadites. I consider them. They are technically the undead. So if
Yeah.
anybody has them on their list, I'm not gonna hate you for it. I personally didn't because I consider them deadites, not zombies.
I
But
had it on my list and then I took it off.
I thought about it and I was like, I don't know if
did.
it's
I
technically.
had number 2 on my list, but I took it off.
well, if I was number 2, if we would have counted this, number 2 would have probably been my number 2 on my
Yeah.
list. There's one movie
Yeah.
that I think would have been better.
Because I mean,
But-
they are dead,
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
deadites. So
but
I have zero recollection of the Evil Dead franchise, so I can't answer
they're
that.
amazing. They're amazing.
So good.
Number 8, Shaun of the Dead. Listen, Shaun of the Dead has plenty of scary moments in it, but it's an okay movie. Number 8, World War Z. Ken Foray is a gift.
did we see World War Z?
Yeah.
I don't remember that movie, but I
Wasn't
feel
there like a wall with like Brad Pitt? Like it was like a
Yeah.
wall of zombies and
Mhm.
Brad Pitt. That's all I remember.
I like Brad Pitt, but Brad Pitt to me is like, I like Brad Pitt in certain roles, like him in Moneyball, fantastic.
Yeah.
He's fantastic in that movie. Him in World War Z,
He's like not an action-packed
Yeah.
type person.
yeah, I wish,
No.
Dice. Honestly, I wish I was bullshitting. I don't remember a thing about this movie. I need to rewatch it because I don't remember anything about it. Children of the Cornflakes. Is he reading that right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, you were.
Oh,
I knew it was back there.
I
We
was
seen
so
it the other day.
confused, but
Yeah.
I see.
Right
That's
there.
the dopest shit in the world.
That's
She's got a
awesome.
bunch of them back there. They're so sick. Hey, what's up, Ashton? Nice to see you,
Hey,
buddy.
Ashton.
Cecily does not remember it either.
Mm-mm.
You gotta rewatch it.
We're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Cecily, you and Jordan come out. We're gonna have a 28.
I feel like I watched this with you, Cecily.
You
Like
probably
honestly, I
did.
think I did.
Very nice. I that was one of my honorable mentions, man. I had it on there. I promise. Let me see. The girl with all the gifts. All right, so we are up to number 7. That'll be me starting us off. And this is one that is a comedy horror, more than a horror comedy. It's a little ditty from. Let me see when this movie was actually released.
I didn't give my number 8.
Oh, you didn't? Well, I'm a
No.
douchebag.
Oh.
Wow.
I know,
Wow.
what a dick
Cool,
I am.
it's
Nadia,
fine.
you want to give us your
I
number
don't even
8?
care anymore. Let's just go to 7. Okay, so my number 8 is going to be something that probably a lot of people haven't heard of, which is Flight of the Living Dead.
Very
I got
nice.
it for $5 at a horror convention. So zombies on a plane, I'm all for it. I love it. It's a bit of a slow burn,
Snakes
but
on a
once the
plane?
first fight starts, it's a bloodbath massacre, and it just
I'm-
keeps on rolling after that. And just fast zombies in a small confined space where it's like nowhere to hide just makes it all the better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I highly recommend Flight of the Living Dead. That's my number 8.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Now
I'm
you
writing
may
it
continue.
down. Yes, that was such a dick. I'm really sorry, man. Like,
It's all good. I'm just messing with you.
I always fuck up at least once during a live. Dice is here. Where's Dice? She knows. I fuck up every time I do this at least once. So my number 7 now, since I'm done being a dick.
Oh, you are.
First time for everything, right? Is a movie from 1993. And it flew under a lot of people's radar. I know a lot of people that have never even heard of this movie. It is called My Boyfriend's Back.
Shut up.
And this movie,
I almost put that on my list.
you have your lead character and he's in love with Missy, this girl. He's been in love with her since they were kids. He wants to ask her to prom. He's too scared to ask her to prom. He goes into the store she's working at, and his buddy is supposed to come in and fake rob the store so that he can go and save the day. Well, his buddy doesn't do it. It's another guy that's really coming in to rob the store. And when he goes to stop him, the guy shoots him and kills him. Well, when he goes to heaven, they're looking through the book like, oh shit, you weren't supposed to die yet. So they send him back as a zombie, and it's hilarious.
Mhm.
The movie's hilarious. It's got a bunch of people in little roles, like Philip Seymour Hoffman's in this movie in a small role. Matthew McConaughey has like just a little tiny part in a movie theater. He's like, ain't that dead boy up there? Like, it's just like you watch it now, you're like, that's fucking Matthew McConaughey. What the fuck? Like, the guy that did the casting in this movie really fucked up, man. He put out and all the main characters you've never heard of
Mhm.
and all the lower characters. So yeah, my number 7, which if you guys haven't seen My Boyfriend's Back, I can't recommend it enough. It is fun. It is very loving, and I cry when I watch it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Is
write
there
that.
anything in my family you don't intend on eating today? I fucking love this movie, man. So yeah, my number 7, My Boyfriend's Back. What about you, my love?
So funny enough, mine is also My Boyfriend's Back.
Poser.
I know.
Oh.
No, I think
Biting my shit.
you copied me. Like you said, it's really is a hidden gem. Like
Yeah.
it's fun, it's sweet. And like it's like about acceptance, you know, like she didn't accept him, or he didn't think she would when he was alive, but now she does, you know, and she loves him. And yeah, it's cute. I like that movie.
One part
It's
to me
fun.
that always blew my mind is like the girl's sheriff, Missy's dad is the sheriff of the town.
Mhm.
And like when he comes back, you know, they're talking to the sheriff and they're like, would you die for her? And he's like, of course I would. Like, would you come back from the dead for her? And he's like, he's like, would you eat someone just to be with her? And he's like, no. I'm like, it's your fucking daughter. I would eat everybody on this panel to be with my daughter. No
Right.
offense, guys. I love you all, but
No.
I'd eat the shit out of you if it means I get to spend time with my daughter. So like that part has always made me feel weird. He's like, would you eat someone just to be with her? And he's like, no, I don't love her that much. She's just my kid. Like, so that part always blew me away. So I just wanted to talk about that real quick. So hey, Nadia, do you want to give us your number 7 so that way I don't skip you like a douchebag?
I would love to, Ken. So my number 7 would be Army of the Dead. It's a very detailed suspense film with Batista. I love the zombies in this film. They're very conscious and they know what's going on, which is, you know, a different take than your normal zombie movie. They organize groups to take down Dave and his crew. I love that they're fast running, and I like that they like form a little meeting and they're like hoorah or whatever, and then they just go after them. And I love it. I wish it had a physical media, but it doesn't that I know of.
It's always a bummer when you get Netflix originals or even like Barbarian, you know, movies that are owned by
Yeah.
Disney, and they're like, we're not giving you a physical release.
Mhm.
Dicks. So, how about you, Jordana? What's your number 7?
So I went with The Beyond, which is another Falsey masterpiece. And I just love the cinematography. A lot of the shots just were so memorable. Like when they leave the house and all the zombies, you can see them in the windows. The zombie dog attack was fucking crazy. Like such a intense scene. The eyes. I just love all of it. So, and I just, not like recently, but I didn't even know about those until like a while ago, but I love them. I love that one as a whole.
Yeah. And it's another, like I said, you could argue that he is in his own right a George A. Romero of, you know, with what he did with all his different zombie movies. So I can totally agree with you there. So we have all done our number 7 now. So now I will catch up on the chat now that I haven't skipped anybody like a jerk face. So we got, are those zombies in I Am Legend? They're undead.
Yeah.
So, I mean, one thing I will say, I'm not a zombie Nazi. Like, I know people that got all pissy about Dawn of the Dead, like, those zombies are running. Man, in the OG, there's a scene where they're playing hockey. Like, they're literally walking with hockey sticks and shit. Like, don't tell me what a zombie can and can't do. In Night of the Living Dead 1968, they're using bricks to, like, knock out headlights and break windows. Like, there's nothing that says what a zombie can and can't do, man.
Like,
so,
where's your definition of what a zombie is?
Yeah.
It's dead.
Right.
But it's alive.
You know we're in anytime, Seth.
Yeah.
We all need a movie party. We need to do another watch party soon. We are doing a watch party soon with Knight and Craven watching Dead Silence. So I hope you guys can make it out for that. It's our favorite James Wan movie. So Tatum. I'm gonna go back at you. I've heard of the Flight of the Dead, never seen it. I gotta cancel myself. I'm skipping people's ratings like a big old stupid face. So
yeah, you should get Arthur fisted.
I'm gonna get Arthur fisted. Oh my god!
Yeah, that's what happens when you skip people, Ken.
Better watch where you're putting that fist, Mr. Arthur. Don't shake it, please.
I didn't understand the context when you said that, Ash. I'm like, who's getting fisted? Like, is that what's gonna happen?
Maybe I shouldn't say fisted.
Yeah. Aubrey Plaza is amazing in everything she does. I love Aubrey Plaza. I'm so glad you like it. Really glad you like it. Let me see. We got some more Dawn of the Dead love, 1978. Let Sleeping Corpses Lie. Super old school, cheesy special effects. Those are the best when you're watching a zombie movie anyway, when you get the really cheesy. Army of the Dead is awesome. The boys love that movie. Very nice. Ken, you're first to go in a zombie apocalypse. We can't trust you. You'll eat everyone. I would definitely be like Gareth's group from The Walking Dead. Remember Gareth's group that were eating everybody?
No.
Rick told him he'd kill him with the red machete.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I like that show.
I feel like we haven't watched it in so
yeah,
long.
Well, it's done.
It's done now, but
yeah,
we missed a couple of seasons.
Yeah.
I cannot believe, when did it start? Because I cannot believe it's done now. Like, didn't it start in 2008-ish?
Yeah.
Kenny was little.
Yeah, our son was little when it started.
I remember we watched it from like day one, and we were like fans for a long time. And then after they killed Carl, we were just like,
I was like, it's bullshit.
Yeah, I was kind of done with it after that.
Coral.
I
was watching you eat pudding, and now you're dead.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, Dead Silence Watch Party. Yes, guys. Oh yes, please watch it with us for the first time, Dice. Please.
It's
so good.
It's such a hidden gem.
Oh my god, it's my favorite Juan movie.
Yeah.
It did. I agree, Seth. Totally did.
It just was the same thing, over and over and over.
2010 was when The Walking Dead started. 2010.
Okay, so yeah, Kenny was only 2.
Yeah, let's get Sledgehammer Horror to 4K subscribers. I agree. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That sounds like a swell idea. Let's do that. It died for me when Carl died. Me too.
Yep.
Yes, I'm 100%. I was like, Carl!
Yeah, plus they kind of did him dirty, so.
Carl Papa. And that's the thing, like, Chandler Riggs literally decided to go to college in Atlanta
bought a house
so he could be there. And they were like,
sorry, buddy.
Remember when you were in the woods? You got bit.
Yeah.
Like,
wow, they did him dirty.
Really, he grew up in this apocalypse, and you're telling me he got bit.
Yeah, he fell and got bit.
Yeah, like
Get
it doesn't make any sense.
That's Carl Papa.
Yes.
So we will move on to our number 6s, and that will be you starting us off.
All right. So mine is a movie that it's iffy for you, I guess. Shaun of the Dead.
That movie's all right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's funny. It's got some serious moments and make you cry.
Can we just talk about real quick how funny this is?
Sure.
Why have we got to go to Lizzie's?
Because we do.
She dumped you.
I have to know if she's all right.
Why?
Because I love her.
All right, gay.
I don't care. That part is still so funny to me.
Yeah.
Like for now and forever. Like
I feel like the characters, even though they're kind of hyped up to be more comedic, like one of them you can relate to. Like, Shaun, he's super clueless about like his life and about his girlfriend, and he's really not motivated. And then this apocalypse happens, and like then he wants to kind of step up and be the hero.
Yeah.
And then the part when his mom dies, like that's really sad. Hurt, very, very sad. Yeah. You have that one on there.
Of
too.
course I have that on here.
So
you guys have to deal with this too.
Oh no. Come on. Stop it. Come on, please don't go.
I sob like a baby.
Yeah.
Every time we get to that. Like, I just got to defend this movie real quick on something. Because I have a lot of people that are like, Shaun of the Dead is a spoof movie. You lick a butt. No, it is not. It has a spoof name.
Yeah.
But the movie is totally original. Like, it's a totally original. It's its own film. Like, yeah, the title is a play on Dawn of the Dead, obviously. Right. But no, it is not a spoof movie. This is not like a scary movie.
It's not
or
scary,
Airplane.
but there are scary parts in it. Like,
no, I totally think there's scary parts in it. Yeah, I'll defend Shaun of the Dead. We'll talk about it in a little bit because it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
But like the rewatchability of this movie is so high. Like I could watch this every day. Honestly, It's a good movie.
I literally
watched like every single night.
We had a DVD that had Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz on the same DVD.
He did not burn it illegally.
I did not illegally burn that one. guys. Code red.
Right.
Code red. He's talking
Yeah.
about it.
That's an
They're gonna
actual
break down our
pack.
door.
But yeah, I would literally put that in every night when we'd go to bed and just play it on repeat and just wake up during certain parts of Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz. Like
Yeah.
I could literally watch those movies on repeat over and over and over again. They're both such fantastic, fantastic films. So
Mhm.
what number did you have Shaun of the Dead at? Number 6? What the hell? It's all right. I don't have it much higher, so I can't.
Yeah. I figured.
But
Figured.
how about you, Nadia? What's your number 6?
My number 6 is going to be The Return of the Living Dead. And this is the Scream Factory release, the best release, an absolute 80s classic quotable movie, killer score when they're rising up from the graves.
Yeah.
The only thing that doesn't make sense to me is the naked girl in the cemetery. Like, I don't know how she fits into this. But other than that, it's a
Boobies.
great movie, super quotable, and nothing has been done just like this.
Right.
Nice.
It's true.
I do agree with you. Like, I don't think even like the tongue scene, like that's one that really stuck with me as a kid was the zombie with his tongue. Like, there's just so many great scenes
Yeah.
throughout Return of the Living Dead. Like, I love that movie. Like, I'm saying, like, it sucks that we had to make this like it couldn't be like a 1A, 1B, 1C list, but
Mhm.
you had to put them somewhere. So much love for you for having it that high. What about you, Jordana? What's your number 6?
So number 6 is Dawn of the Dead 2004, the remake. I love the opening scene. The opening scene could be like, it was just so intense from start to finish. And
Mhm.
the girl standing there, like when the door opens, it's so just like creepy. And then the zombie baby, the end scene with the chase and the chainsaw and the girls. So many awesome scenes. And I remember watching that thinking it was such a good remake.
Mhm.
I gotta interrupt you real quick with
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Yes.
love
That scene.
zombie
Zombie
baby.
Love
baby is
that.
so cute.
Yeah.
We're aw.
I know.
I'd feed it my little finger.
And like her like giving birth and all of it. It's just and then the
Yeah.
scene with was it the dad? And they had to kill him, and then like they pan away and you hear
Oh,
the
yeah.
gunshot. Like zombie movies are so friggin' sad. They just hit,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like
I really love when that part happens and they go in there and
The
he,
funny
you know,
part.
because again, like we talked earlier, and I'll dive more into this when we get to, because this obviously is on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you go to that moment, and it's such a very sad, very human moment again, and this is something I love in zombie movies. She's like, they're gonna kill you, and his daughter starts holding him. She's like, please don't. And she's like, go ahead, kill him. And she's like, well, why don't you kill what's his name while you're at it? And he's like, wait a minute, I haven't been bit.
Yeah.
like there's just these that they knew, and it's funny because we were talking about Army of the Dead earlier. They're both done by Zack Snyder.
Mhm.
So it was nice to see him take a break from DC and go back and do another zombie movie. But there's so many good moments in the 04 Dawn of the Dead like that are humanist.
Yeah.
So had to bring that up real quick. So now we are on to my number 6, which I thought was gonna be higher. I really did, but when I started putting the list together, I realized there was just more that I liked more, and it's the OG Night of the Living Dead. I mean, for me personally, this is probably where zombies started. This is probably the first film I watched that, really turned me on to zombies. And, Mr. Romero's take on consumerism and, all of his Of the Dead movies have to do with, social issues. And those of you that know me know I fucking hate the term woke horror, because horror has been woke since 1937 with Phantom of the Opera. But, these movies really did cash in on being a horror movie first, but really bringing social issues to the forefront. And in 1968, you have a black man saving a blonde white woman, which was pretty much unheard of at this time. But Mr. Romero said when Dwayne came in to give his audition, he was the best person. I couldn't say no to him. I couldn't turn him down because of the color of his skin. What does that say about me? So he chose the right person for the job. So I just got to say that is one reason why this movie is as high as it is for me. So we will catch up on the chat real quick before we go back to our number 5,
Mhm.
which will be Nadia starting us off. We got, I see some Day of the Dead. I see Warm Bodies in here. Yes, it totally is. Totally is. All right, guys. Like, oh my gosh, it's a funny moment.
Mhm.
The Return of the Living Dead, Hatchet Boys, very nice. I'm not sure yet, Tatum, when the watch party is. We're still trying to get it scheduled.
Yeah,
But I promise you, the minute we do, we will let everybody know.
we have to get everybody's scheduled.
Yep, it's a hard thing to do to schedule one of those.
It really is.
World War Z, Day of the Dead at number 6. Please subscribe to Nadia, please. Please go to check out Jordana. All her links on her link tree. I Am Legend. I hope it slaps. It slaps. Oh, hey, we got dad jokes. Can we tell some dad jokes for a second?
No, we're gonna skip. We're gonna skip that.
What does a sea monster eat?
Seaweed.
Fish and ships.
Oh my
Oh my
god. Do you have a little
Hey,
drum
one more.
roll? But
One more.
Our views are going down.
What's hold on? What's the difference between a well-dressed man on a bicycle and a not well-dressed man on a tricycle? A tire.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Okay.
I love his
Oh my
excitement, and Ashley's just like,
God.
oh my god.
yeah.
He has a separate list of his dad jokes ready.
Hey, what is a drummer? What does a drummer name his twin daughters? And a 1 and a 2.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
Can
sorry.
we get back to our You're ridiculous.
Love it.
Yes, the zombie bit. It's terrible,
It is
terrible.
sad.
Yeah.
It's almost as sad as my dad jokes.
Mhm.
All right, guys. So we will go to. We all do.
Thank you.
We will go to our number 5, and that will be Nadia starting us off.
My number 5 is going to be another Netflix exclusive that needs a physical release, and it doesn't have one. It's called #Alive. It's an Asian zombie movie. Starts out with like an online popular game streamer doing his thing, and then suddenly, breaking news, there's a virus that it's infected the country, turning people into flesh-eating zombies, and then it's just chaos from there. He sees this neighbor across the courtyard that he ends up falling in love with, and he wants to rescue her. So he has to like get her across from the courtyard that's covered in zombies to get to him, and they like makeshift these gimmicks to try to get her across, and it gets really intense really fast, and then it's just chaos from there. So it's a really good movie.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
got it written down. So far we've got Yummy, Flight of the Living Dead, and #Alive. So we've got movies for us to watch.
We got some
So
new ones,
yes.
yeah, we will be checking these all out. I promise.
sure.
What about you, Jordana?
So I went with Night of the Living Dead 68 just because I feel like it's a good in the middle. It's like the founding father of zombie movies, and it's in every horror movie. You see they're coming to get you, Barbara. Like that stuck out in Halloween, all the cheesiness of that. So I don't know. It was really groundbreaking. I don't know.
It started.
Mhm.
It really started a revolution.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So my number 5, I don't hear people talk about this movie enough, but it's scary. It's fucking hilarious. And if it had a better ending, it might have gone all the way up to number 2 for me. And that is The Dead Don't Die with, it's got Bill Murray in it.
Mhm.
It's got, why can't I think of his name? Fucking Kylo Ren. Adam Driver.
yeah.
Is that his name?
I forgot about that movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that movie too.
It's amazing.
That is a good movie.
One of my favorite parts in the whole movie is they go to the diner and
It's
Bill
such
Murray's
a Bill
standing out
Murray
there.
movie.
Yeah.
It totally is.
And Adam Driver walks in and sees the people that were attacked by the zombies. And he comes out, he's like, "What did that? A wild animal? Several wild animals?" And then Morgan Freeman shows up and he goes and looks, or not Morgan Freeman, Danny Glover. He shows up and he goes and looks. He's like, "Guys, what did that? Was it a wild animal? Was it several wild animals?"
Yeah.
And then, like, the last cop shows up and it's Chloe Savini. And she's like, "I need to go look." And they're like, "No, you don't need to look. This is bad." She's like, "I need to see." And then she comes out and she's like, "Oh my God, you guys, was it a wild animal?" what was it, Several Wild Animals? And Danny Glover's like, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a very funny, but it really gets ruined by the ending. Like the ending to me
It's just
is
weird.
bad.
It's
Like it's dog shit. It looks like they had like this great movie and they were like, well, how can we make this just as weird as we could possibly make it? Oh, let's include this. And I'm like, what are you doing? You had the like you could have ended it right where they had it, where they're sitting in the car in the graveyard. End it right there. That would have been the perfect ending. But
what do you
if
know?
you haven't seen it, watch it. The Dead Don't Die is a lot of fun. So everybody did their number 5.
I didn't do my number 5.
Oh my god.
Good lord.
Grounded.
Yeah.
For 2.
Skipping everybody, man.
I am grounded to your bedroom. I'll be right there.
My number
Sleeping on
5
the
is
couch.
Zombieland. What's that?
What?
I thought it
Oh no, I said Ken's sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yeah.
Just
for
imagine
sure.
that we're done with the stream. So you'd be like, left me out number 5, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Get your shit. Get on the couch.
Yeah.
I mean, a king size bed.
Is that
to
all
myself
it takes?
Sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Sounds like a dream.
It does.
I'm right here. I can hear you.
Anyways, Zombieland is my number 5, in case you care.
Another Bill Murray movie.
Yeah, it's really funny. I feel like, again, the characters are relatable and they really keep the movie like entertaining. I love like the kill of the week. I think that's really cool. And Columbus, like how he's like OCD, and you know, like that's relatable to me because I'm really OCD about stuff, and like how he has his rules, and it's really fun. And I really and the little love story between them, it's a good movie. And there's some sad parts too, like when you find out that he wasn't talking about his dog, like it was actually his son. Like, yeah, that's super sad. So
yeah,
I fucking cry so hard every time. I mean, it's funny because he's wiping his eyes with $100
like
bills,
they're making it funny. Yeah,
when
but
you realize that he's talking about his dog, but he's like, he even had my laugh, my appetite, and that's when Columbus puts it together.
like it
And then you
wasn't
get the
his dog.
montage of him with his son making him pancakes and shit.
Mhm.
I'm done. Waterworks.
Yeah.
Waterworks for me. So, and I'm telling you, we went and watched this movie opening night. And for those of you that don't know, my favorite actor of all time
is Bill Murray, but did we even know that he was going to be in
No.
it? Like he would just have that little part, and
We
of
had
course it was
no idea.
He made it super funny, like his long, like taking this last breath and everything.
When he was like, I know the perfect place to go, and they went and the gates had the BM on them at the gates. I was like, I swear to God, if Bill Murray's in this movie, I'm gonna lose my shit. And when we seen him, I was like, ah! I was
And
like
then
Woody Harrelson. I was like, Bill fucking Murray, man.
But the girl didn't even know who he was, and he was like, I will punch a kid.
I am not afraid to punch. He's like, who's Bill Murray? I am not afraid to punch a child. It's so funny. All right. So now that you have given your number 5, my love, catch up on the chat real quick. Oh my God. What does a sea monster eat? And here I thought the answer would be semen. Oh, seamen. Sorry, seamen. Okay.
Oh my God.
That one's good.
Yeah. Better than your joke.
Better than fish and chips. Okay, everyone, please push that like button. Sub to Sledgehammer Horror. Become a member if you can. Again, we never ask you guys to do donations. We never ask you guys to become members, but it does help the channel more than you know. And if you can, awesome. If you can't, we still love you. We still appreciate the fact that you're here hanging out with us. That means more to us than anything. So let's, we got some Dead Alive. Bill Murray, zombie killer. Hell yes. Oh yes, cool. Awesome. Everybody should do this. Subscribe to Horror and More and the Pretty Killer podcast. Please do that.
Thank you.
Zombieland. Yes, I could watch that
I
over
know.
and over.
I love that movie.
Yes. You got Red on You. Number 5, Shaun of the Dead. That movie's all right. With loose zombie rules. 5 is Slither. You know what? Again, they're undead.
They are. They are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that my couch is not huge, Calvin. You know better than that.
Yeah, but if you sleep on the couch, you have to take the baby too.
Oh, fuck that. But yeah, same. Okay, I'm back. My internet said nope. If I'm sorry, look at it. If you're gonna set it to 720p, keep looking at the beautiful women. If you actually get a close up on me, like I had to finally get glasses, and when I did, I was like, "This is what I fucking look like." Like, holy shit! Like, she's not allowed to get glasses. I don't want her to see what I really look like.
need
I know you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't. I want you to stay in my house, so please don't.
My house.
Oh, Groundhog Day is fucking amazing.
Yes. Love that
Yeah.
movie.
For
I've
sure.
never seen it.
Oh, you got to check it out.
So good.
Oh, for real, Nadia. It's so
I got it.
funny.
You just made the list.
Oh, is it Chris Jericho? So real quick, guys, before we get into our number 4, which will be Jordana starting us off, how did the hipster burn his tongue?
Mm,
Being
I
too
don't know.
hip.
He drank his coffee before it was cool. I'm sorry.
do you have like a? Does he have a list to the side where just
I'm
all
sure he
these?
does.
I love it.
These are probably memorized by now.
Yeah.
I'm a dad. It's fun. When you become a dad, they just hit you. You're like, before it was cool. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my
Like, I
life.
can just feel the eye rolls.
Colin, that one wasn't bad. I'm sorry. All right. Jordana, do you want to give us your number 4?
Sure. Number 4 for me is Dawn of the Dead 78. Just because of the helicopter top of the head chop off, the scene in the little shack thing where he's getting the snacks and the kids come out and he shoots the kids. It's just like
yes.
There's moments of absolute like chaos, and then it's like this lull. For some time, like you said, it could be half an hour, 45 minutes cut, but I think I love watching it. And that scene I was like, holy shit, just chopped off the zombie's fucking head.
It's so funny because we didn't see that coming episode, or I'm sorry, our versus episode for March, I think, is Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
So we just went back and rewatched 2004 and 1978. Yep. And hold on, our versus episode on maybe I'm trying to look here, March 10th. Yep, it'll come out March 10th. And it's funny because I hadn't seen 1978's Dawn of the Dead in a really long time, and it got to the point with the zombie and the turbine blades. And Ashley was like, why does that zombie's head
like,
so? Oh, it makes sense.
I was like, why? He's got like a 6 head. Like, why is it so big? And then it chopped it off. I was like, oh, okay, I see what they did there.
All right.
It's my husband's favorite movie. So we've like been we watched it back, and then I told him about this, and he's like, do you want to watch it? I'm like, obviously.
I'm telling you for a reason.
Right.
Come on.
So I'm going to flip-flop that. My number 4 is Dawn of the Dead 04. I think that if you're going to remake a film, there's always 3 that I point out as the blueprint on how to do so. And that is Child's Play 2019, Evil Dead 2013, and Dawn of the Dead 2004. Take the original idea and what they built in the original, but make that story your own. There are so many differences between 78 and 2004's Dawn of the Dead films that it's ridiculous. Like they are almost their own separate movies. Like 04's is not a sequel like Dawn of the Dead in 1978 is. And like you guys talked about, the zombie baby is something that's just like fucking heartbreaking. And there's that emotional moment of, we're going to kill it. Why'd you kill Tucker too? Well, I didn't get bit. There are a lot of funny parts.
Yeah.
There's another part where they're getting ready to go out the door. And Mekhi Phifer's like, don't open that door. Don't open that door. And then he goes to hit the door and he's like, come on, man. And he unlocks it. And then they go out. Like, there's so many, like, another moment that made me like verbal, like audibly laugh out loud. You have all the chaos going towards the end, and they're going back, and they get in the elevator, and the elevator shuts, and the corniest song's playing, and the one security guard's like, I love this song. And like you just have that moment of levity and such a heavy, heavy moment. And those are hard to pull off. Like when you're having this big action-packed sequence, to be able to break the tension in such a good way Love that moment. So my number 4, I'm going with 2004's Dawn of the Dead.
Okay.
What about you, my love?
My number 4 is Night of the Living Dead, and I love both of them, but I'm gonna go with 90 because of the cast.
68's not on your list at all?
I know I kind of put them
okay.
together.
Okay.
They're together. But I'm saying 90 because of Tony Todd and Patricia Tallman. I think she is the best Barbara because she's like a survivalist. She like doesn't just like sit there and moan the entire time. Like she actually does something. And I love Tony Todd. Like I think he's amazing. And I like the way that the zombies look in the movie too. Like they look really scary. So I do love the OG though. Like it's also good. I just don't. Barbara just gets on my nerves in that one because she just sits there and does nothing.
Yes.
So
that's just not going to work at all.
Yeah, she's just
like
she's just like comatose the entire time.
Right.
Yeah, and then I don't know. It gets on my nerves a little bit. But
I get it.
Yeah,
I understand. Okay, well, Nadia, we are up to you. I'm not going to skip you. Do you want to give us your number 4?
My number 4, not Zombieland, but Zombieland Double Tap. I prefer it slightly over the original, simply because of the blonde chick with the pink fur, and she's so damn funny. And she's like, "Ew!" Like she doesn't want to go near the zombies, or like when she eats trail mix, and she's like, "Oh my god, there's got peanuts in it!" Like she's just so stupid, but it makes it so much better. I love that they brought the original cast back. That's always a great thing, and I just always have a fun time with Zombieland Double Tap.
It's a fun movie.
It is fun.
Yeah.
The ending part where they're all falling off the building, that part is insane.
Yeah.
That is insane. So definitely a big fan of that film too.
Yeah.
So we will catch up on the chat real quick. Ken, you should do dad jokes every stream.
Really? Why would you want that?
Don't encourage it. Just kidding.
Did you see Stains the Sand? I have not.
Oh,
I have to check that out.
Gotta write that one down.
Dawn of the Dead 78. Yes, do encourage him, Tatum. Dice.
Please do not.
Hey, what lights up a soccer arena?
Oh, I don't know.
A soccer match.
Oh my
Get
god,
the
it took me a
match.
second.
Oh.
You guys are all grounded. Number 4, Shaun of the Dead,
That
a
one's
masterpiece. Shaun of the Dead's okay. Day of the Dead, 28 days later. We got a 28 days later sighting.
Okay.
Yep.
Dawn of the Dead remake. Ving Rhames, he is so good. And what I love about this is they named his character in the movie Kenneth, which is so obviously in honor of Ken Foray, who played that character in the OG. And I just think that little tiny nod. And something I didn't talk about during Dawn of the Dead that I wanted to about the 04 one is you do get a Tom Savini cameo.
You do. Yeah.
As the sheriff, when he's talking about you got to shoot him in the head and then you got to burn him. Me and her were totally the Leonardo DiCaprio, like, oh, like when we see them. And then you get a Ken Foray cameo when he's the preacher, he's like, and he even delivers his line, when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. Like, like totally, like, yes, love it. Why are the vampires in 30 Days of Night scarier than normal? Oh, absolutely, because it's in the snow. 100%. Return of the Living Dead at number 4. We got it 28 weeks later.
Nice.
Yes, Madison is the best.
Madison, that's her name.
Yep.
Yeah.
Zombieland, I love the girl in pink. That was me and Ashley in our teen years. Totally was you two in your teen years, man.
Oh my god, there's peanuts in that?
Totally. That's so goddamn funny, Cecily. It's so true. Like, I didn't want to say it, but now that Cecily said it, I can piggyback on it. That is so you when you were a teenager.
All right, don't say stupid shit on here that we did. I will get embarrassed.
We're bringing Cecily on for the next stream.
Oh, we have a lot of embarrassing stories.
Oh my god, it's so funny when you get these two together drinking. It's the best thing.
Oh, I bet.
Please continue. Tell me about your "Hit Me Baby One More Time" dance you guys did back in school.
It wasn't "Hit Me Baby One More Time."
What was it?
It was
Oops, I did it again.
yeah.
Please tell me about your oops, I did it again dance. We tried to get Ashley to do it. We got her drunk at our Halloween party, and Cecily was like so down. She's like, "Let's do it, Ashley." And Ashley was like, "I don't remember it." Bullshit.
You got to do the little beep, beep.
That's the only part I remember. I was doing that part, and then after that, I just started shaking my butt. Like, I don't know.
Funny is it doing that? Like, yes,
That's the only thing I remember from it.
That's fucking great, man.
I gotta go back and watch that music video.
Right.
Cecily, you down? We'll get this.
Do
I feel like
it.
that's all. I feel like that's all she did though was that, and then she did like a little butt shake,
Like-
shimmy, shimmy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
and then that too. Yeah.
If there's anybody that can butt shake, shimmy, shimmy, it's this guy right here.
Yeah. This is true.
All right, guys. So we'll get back to zombies. So my number 3 has been talked about. It's Zombieland. Just for the sheer fact that zombies had kind of gotten stale at this point, and then this movie comes back and it kind of like put a shot in the arm to zombies. And you had a great cast of characters. You had very scary zombies, very emotional moments, like when you had like you talked about when Tallahassee was talking about his son. It's a heartbreaking moment because at that moment you realize his son died. Like you know, like that's and they trying to find a Twinkie. You know,
I know.
It's not the taste.
It was all the
It's
just the
consistency.
snowballs. That's all.
Snowballs.
They're like the worst too. Like I agree, dude. Like the snowballs are gross.
Yeah.
Like Twinkies all the way.
When they're watching
I love
Ghostbusters.
snowballs.
I actually like snowballs too. When they're watching Ghostbusters, like that would be the dream to have a proton pack and play Ghostbusters with Bill Murray in his mansion. Literally,
my
I would
God.
die a happy guy right
Right.
after that. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of Zombieland. I love what it did for the zombie genre at a time where it was starting to get stale. Hey, if you guys want to know where to watch a Waterface stuff, apparently it's in the stream. So one of my whatever people, can you please get rid of those, please? I can't remember what it's called. The people that do that.
Just
Moderators.
Moderator.
Whatever.
Moderator. Will you
Get rid of
please,
my stuff.
please get rid of the drooly face nipple stuff. But yeah, Zombieland, and it's just one of those movies that like it kind of Shaun of the Dead-ish. Like you hear the name and you think it's a spoof movie, and it's not. Like it's a movie that really has a lot of heart, a lot of good acting. And your heart gets broken a couple times throughout the movie, like when they leave. You know, like when the girls, when they set them up and they leave, and the action sequence at the end when they're actually at the amusement park,
When they're on that like power tower type thing and they're going up.
So
Yeah, that's
good.
really awesome.
Like,
yeah.
Zombieland's another one of those movies that I just love so much. I'm such a big fan of Zombieland, and obviously it's my bronze medal. It's my number 3. So Zombieland at number 3 for me. What about you, my love? What's your number 3? Because while you're giving it, I'm gonna go grab a drink.
My number 3 is 28 Days Later.
All right.
Yeah.
See, I remember this movie.
You remember that one? Honestly, I feel like it is responsible, like for the influx of zombie movies that we got after it. Like I feel like we got that movie, and then like everything was zombified after that.
Totally.
And it's really unsettling. Like in the time frame that everything happened. And it's just the movie is scary. Like there's the zombies look like scary, and like this is the time that I was really into zombie movies too. So yeah, I had to put that one number 3 for me was
So
28 Days Later. Days Later. Yes. Is that everybody's number 3?
No.
Nope.
He forgot
Nadia?
me.
Yeah.
Are we down
Okay,
to
go
our
ahead.
3?
Yeah.
Yep.
Number 3.
Okay, so my number 3 is gonna be World War Z.
Nice.
I know it gets a lot of hate, but it's way up on my list because I freaking love this movie. It's the soundtrack is out of this world. Like the pianos, and I don't know, I just love it. I'm a piano player, so I had to learn the soundtrack for this, and I just loved it. I think Brad Pitt does an amazing job in this movie. I love how the zombies, they clump up on top of each other to reach high surfaces, and then they bring the helicopter down. Like that scene was just incredible to me. Zombie makeup is grotesque. The sounds that they make in this movie, it's just like it's so eerie.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of cool how they try to find like a cure for the virus.
Yeah.
A lot of movies don't do that, but I liked that this movie did. So World War Z #3.
Nice.
Perfect. What about you, Jordana?
So I have Zombie 2 by Falsey. Just because that movie to me, like you said, Nadia, the score in it, just the music composed by what's his name? Frizzy, I believe it is. The infamous shark versus zombie scene is one of the craziest things I've ever seen, and I don't know what it is. Like not even like an attraction to the zombie, but he had like the flowy hair and he's like all bouncing around, and I thought it was the coolest like concept. And then the chick's like scuba diving with nothing on, her boobs are hanging out. I'm like, what is this?
Wait,
And
we're not supposed to do that?
right, I know, like you don't go scuba diving with your tits hanging out apparently. And then I love the scene with like the cover of the movie when the zombie comes out and they all start coming out slowly. And I think it's great.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot to add to my World War Z. Has anyone ever played the video game?
No.
No, because there is one. Okay.
Oh.
Never mind. It's really cool.
What platform is it on?
I think it came out on PS4 and
Okay.
Xbox.
See, another game, if you get the chance, I don't know if you still got a PS2, and they haven't done any remaster to it, but my all-time favorite horror game, and nobody ever talks about it, is Silent Hill 4, The Room. That is my favorite horror game of all time. That would make the perfect limited series for like a Netflix, a Hulu. Like, it would be the perfect limited series of 10 episodes. Like, it'd be so good.
Silent Hill was my first horror video game. I love it.
I'm old. I consider Zombies Ate My Neighbors, but if we're not going, it'd be the first Resident Evil, and I like shit my pants during that game. So we'll catch up on the chat before we get to our number 2, Zombie 2, aka Zombie. Thank you for getting those bots, Tatum. 28 days later, introducing running zombies. If you're not in shape in this apocalypse, you're freaking dead. I am definitely dead. Yes. I know, and I'm so sorry, moderators. Like listen, it's not you, it's me. I'm stupid. People. Yeah, it's not you.
Take care of this.
Yeah. Yo, people, you take care of this for me.
Take care of this.
Prepares to get canceled. My number 3 is Warm Bodies. I'm gonna rewatch this movie, and then I might cancel you. But I'm gonna rewatch it to give it an open. I'm gonna give it a chance.
No back cancels.
Yo, that looks like Nadia from Horror and Morror. Yes, it is, because she's the shit. Thanks for stopping in, fans of something. We appreciate you coming in. We got some Reanimator love in here. Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. Number 3, Shaun of the Dead. For the record, it's much better than just okay. It's all right.
He's lying.
Oh shit, Jordan, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Jordan.
And it's Brad Pitt. I'm sold. Yes, Shaheem does have great taste. We are watching 28 Weeks Later. I don't remember this at all. I'm gonna have to. I gotta rewatch it.
I feel like I always watched horror movies with you.
Haven't played it. I played the original. Obviously the Resident Evil 2. Have not played the remake. I want to though. I like how in Zombieland people are in the zombies world instead of zombies in the peoples. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I won't take this honor lightly. Yeah. So everybody, thank you again. We are up to our number 2. We're getting close to the nitty gritty now. You want to start us off with your number 2, my love?
Sure. Okay, so this one might be cheat. Okay, a little bit. But it's Idle Hands. And they're totally
you shut the front door. They're undead.
They're undead. Like they come back from the dead.
Damn
they
it.
are.
I'm not even.
I'm
mad.
I gotta write that.
I'm disappointed in myself for not
be.
having Idle. It's my boy Devin Sawa.
Devin Sawa, like I've been obsessed with him since Casper. Like I've been in love with that boy since Casper. I swear. And now my husband loves him too. So we have like this mutual like love for him.
I am definitely a straight man, but I'd bone him.
You totally would.
I would.
I would even watch, I think.
Anybody got his number? I now have my pitch.
Just
Hey, my
at
wife
him
will
right
watch.
now. Out him right now.
So it's such a cheesy like 90s horror comedy, but it's so amazing. Like I love that movie. And there is really like there's scary parts, like where the hand like pulls his mom underneath the bed.
Yeah.
And like how it says like up on there. What does it say on the ceiling?
Don't look under the bed.
Yeah,
Or
that's-
he's under the bed or something like that.
Yeah. And then when he falls into the pumpkins and it's his mom and dad, then
Yeah.
they're dead.
Right.
And yeah, like the other two, his best friends, they're amazing, and you know they're always high and eating, and like he has to tape his head back on, and like the burritos coming out of his neck.
Yeah.
It's so disgusting,
Yeah.
but it's
When he kills the cops, when he's trying to knit,
yeah.
and he pulls the thing out and he stabs the one through the ear.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
what I love about that moment is not only is it a brutal moment, but those two cops are horror legends to me.
Yeah.
One of them
Yeah.
is Roach
Right.
from The People Under the Stairs,
Right.
and the other one is one of the kids from Sometimes They Come Back, the
Mhm.
blonde kid from Sometimes They Come Back. So it's like you have these two guys that are known for little horror movies that come back, and they are cops in this one.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's definitely like they come back and they are dead, and it
they're undead.
They are.
You can't.
they're actually
they are
zombies. They are
undead.
zombies.
Yeah.
So
That's a great pick. That's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you. I love that
She's
movie.
coming in with that
Like
curveball.
I was seriously
Mhm.
obsessed with that movie for so long. We have it on
We still own the
VHS.
VHS
on
and the
VHS.
original VHS.
Yes.
Like from the
Nice.
video store that like we still have it
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah.
So good call. Son of a bitch.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like-
amazing. I love the part when he chucks the cat, he cuts, and then he's like, bones.
Yeah.
Bone.
What's funny is two things real quick. One, I've said for a long time, if they reboot Nightmare on Elm Street again, Sawa should play Freddy.
Yeah.
Look what he could do with his hand
Oh.
alone. He's
This
got that
is true.
crazy. Now he's older and he's gruff. Like he could play a great Freddy. And
Totally.
two, the reason I went to see this movie in the theater for the first time, and this is a true story,
Because of Blink.
because of Blink
Yeah.
182.
And the soundtrack. Like the soundtrack is the shit.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you guys know, but Tom DeLonge, guitar player, singer for Blink 182, is in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the guy when
Nice.
Sawa goes to the drive-through window and he's like, break time. And Tom DeLonge's like, all right. Like they put it on the Blink 182 message board back in the day, like Tom DeLonge's in this movie. And I was like, oh, cool, dope. I'm gonna go watch it. And I kept watching. And then it finally got to that part, and I was like, that was the guy from Blink 182. Woo! And this movie's badass. I'm gonna keep watching, but that was him. So yeah, totally got me into the movie.
Yes.
So
It's on my list. I haven't seen it yet.
Number two.
Oh,
Oh, you
it's so
gotta
good.
watch Idle. It's
Yeah.
so damn
It's
good.
really good.
Yes,
Okay.
Robin. The Offspring was in it.
Yeah.
They
They
play-
killed him.
They were at the
Yeah,
he
they
like
scalp him.
scalps him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they play the Ramones. Like they're playing "I Want to Be Sedated" at the
Mhm.
dance. I was like, the Offspring playing "I Want to Be Sedated." Like we talk about punk rock zombie movies. There you go. There's another one. There's
Totally.
a lot of punk rock like love in this
Absolutely.
movie.
Yeah.
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 So what about you, Nadia? What's your number two?
My number two is one that's already been mentioned several times. 2004, Dawn of the Dead.
Yes.
Nice.
Best remake of all time. Zack Snyder
Yes.
killed it. Settings, makeup, screenplay, cinematography, top tier. Zombies are not slow. They're running like
Mhm.
Olympic gold medalists, and they charge at you. And sad moment at the end with the main character. Don't want to
Yeah.
spoil it, but I feel like everyone's seen it. But still,
Yeah.
but yeah, just I always go back to that movie. It's so
Yes.
great.
And that is a sad moment when he just realizes, like, I'm gonna stay.
Yeah.
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 Because of what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah.
Yeah.
Great moment.
Yeah.
And like little
about-
kid zombies, it's just always scary at the beginning. The little girl.
Mhm.
Yes.
The little girl.
The beginning could have been its own horror short.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
If you
Yeah.
take the first 15 minutes of this movie, it could have been its own horror short all the way. So
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think, like I said, my top three favorite horror remakes of all time are Child's Play 2019, Evil Dead 2013, and Dawn of the Dead 04. I don't count The Thing. I think obviously The Thing is the best remake of all time, but it's so much different than The Thing from Outer Space that I don't, it's its own movie for sure. But I think those are my three
Fly?
favorites. The Fly's a great one
I
too.
love
But
The
again,
Fly.
it's so different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's very different.
And Daddy Goldblum is another one that could probably do whatever he wanted to me.
Yeah.
Oh
But,
my
uh,
God,
I've
Jeff
watched that
Goldblum.
one too. back in the day. Back in the day.
He's still so sexy though.
He
Now
is.
he is.
He would
Oh.
would walk into our bedroom right now and he would look at me like Jurassic Park and he'd be like, "That's a huge pile of shit."
No. Aw, you're still sexy.
What about you, Jordana? What's your number 2?
So my number 2 is Wreck.
Okay.
Because I love found footage and I think that it was short to the point. Everything about it was just amazing. And then finding out it was the dog and the girl had tonsillitis and then everything that transpires at the end, like having that twist. So it's like, I don't know. I just thought it was great. It blew my mind when I watched it because I heard people talk about it and I never watched it, but I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fantastic movie. Much better than the American remake of it, but
Quarantine. Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. They
Yes.
tried.
It's all right.
My number 2 has been talked about already. And like I said, I told these ladies before we started, I kind of cheated. And the way I cheated was at number 8, I had Dawn of the Dead 78. At number 6, I had Night of the Living Dead 68. At number 4, I had Dawn of the Dead 04. And at number 2, I have Night of the Living Dead 1990. And it's all about Patricia Tallman.
She's amazing.
Her Barbara in this movie is one of my favorite final girls. I was, again, I'm not trying to do the pat on the back thing, but I was lucky enough to interview her. I got to spend a couple hours with her, and Ashley, obviously she doesn't do the My First Horror Movie things, but when a lot of times when we're doing stuff like that, Ashley will come in and, have a conversation before and after. And Patricia Tallman is an amazing human being. Like the charity work she does and the way that she portrays Barbara in this movie as a badass.
Yeah.
She's amazing. And Tony Todd, one of the proudest moments of my life, besides my kids being born, we met Tony and I shook his hand.
What about when you married me?
I was gonna say,
whatever.
You better say that.
It goes when my kids were being born and meeting Tony Todd. And then me, maybe.
I mean, there was the one time we were at the Tigers game and I caught that ball.
Really?
I
I'm after that?
I barehanded it though.
Oh wow.
It was bare hand. It wasn't even with a mitt.
It's pretty messed up.
I know.
The couch sounds
you're
really
number
comfy.
No, I'm just kidding. I had a mitt on. But so we met Tony Todd, and like I walked up to him and I shook his hand, and he was like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "My name's Ken." And he was like, "Ken, I get a great energy from you."
I think
and
he was getting that energy from me.
I think so too. But either way, I got erect. And I was like, I'm going to tuck this in my belt loop and I'm going to walk away.
Oh my God.
No, it was just one of those moments where it was like the Candyman just told me I have a good energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
Mr. fucking Bloodsworth from Final Destination just told me, you know what I mean? Like this guy I've looked up to as a horror fan for a very long time. And in this movie, like, just like Dwayne in the OG, Tony Todd's performance in this movie, like when he's doing this crying and he's giving his monologue, we were watching the behind the scenes stuff, and Tom Savini just straight up came out and said, when Tony came in, he did his audition, and we told everybody else they can leave. We knew at that moment Tony was our guy, and the way that he delivers those lines when he's crying in the movie, you're just like, God damn, this guy is a fucking actor, man. Like he's so good, and you can see that he did a lot of theater work, and that comes off in his films, and so. Number 2 for me, definitely Night of the Living Dead. Now, before we get to our number 1s, we'll catch up on the chat. Someone at Devin Sawa, I say this like I wouldn't. There's 2 people in this world. People that would sleep with Devin Sawa and people that lie about the fact that they would sleep with Devin Sawa. That's all there is in this world.
This is true.
1990 Night of the Living Dead number 2.
Nice.
Yes, it's so good. I love Idle Hands as well. I do want to say this. Friday the 13th, Jason Lives. I didn't count Jason as a zombie. However, if I did, my number 1 would have been
Here we go.
Jason Goes to Hell. Listen, the Necronomicon is in that movie. Jason is a Deadite. He is part of the Evil Dead universe. He is a Deadite, which is an undead, which is a zombie. So if I would have went that route, Evil Dead 2 would have been number 2. Jason Goes to Hell would have been number 1. But I digress.
I've never heard of a Friday the 13th being called zombie movie. That's new to me.
but
think
it's
about
not.
this though. Like in number 6, in Jason Lives, he's buried. They put the metal stake in him.
Yeah,
It gets
and-
struck by lightning, and he
Yep.
comes back.
Yeah.
He is an undead. And like I said,
Okay.
in Jason Goes to Hell, he is a deadite. They make it known that the Necronomicon is what brought him back, and the way they kill him is with the Kandarian dagger from the Evil Dead franchise. So he is a deadite. It has been confirmed. He is an undead. So undead zombie. Why are these so fogged up?
Because you're talking
Right.
about that movie.
I know I'm getting all excited talking
He's
about
talking
Jason
about
Goes to
Devin
Hell.
Sawa.
Devin Sawa. Yeah.
I know, yeah. Keep talking like that, it's gonna be Ken Goes to Hell. Zombieland 2. I'm telling you guys right now, like I talk big. I literally get scared when there's a spider in my house. I'm fucked in a zombie apocalypse. A bunch of dead people running at me. I'm done. That's a wrap. I'm people talk big and bad. I'm fucked.
I don't know. I went camping one time and I like was able to make breakfast over a fire. Like I think I could survive for like 4 days.
I could start.
Only 4 days.
I would
done.
start. I don't know.
4
I'd be
days
dead.
later. That's what I would call mine.
Dude, Ben, me too, man. I'm with you. We talked about it earlier. I literally had that soundtrack burned on a CD, and I would listen to it in my car. Ashley hated riding places with me.
That was why. That was why.
Zombieland 2, double tap. Drugs cost money. Why'd you do Garfield 2? Drugs cost money. So fucking awesome, man. No, you're not doing a bad job, Tatum. You are a great mod. I just want everybody that's everybody that is here on a consistent basis to be a moderator. Just because if there's a day where you can't be here, I do need to have other people that can come and eliminate these wet mouth bots with their nipples.
With their nipples.
Nipples, man. That's what I think about when I see those. I'm like, yeah, nipples. Yes. Where am I at now? Sorry, you got me talking about nipples. Silver Fox Goldblum.
Yes.
Bride of Reanimator. Yes, he is. Daddy Goldblum is the man.
Mhm.
Idle Hands is a great and a must watch every Thanksgiving. All right, so
It says Halloween.
what?
Halloween.
I said that.
You said Thanksgiving.
Did I really?
You did.
God, I want some mashed potatoes. See, that shows right there. My attention span is not.
His glasses
Not
are fogging
very
up again.
good.
That's why.
I know.
I know.
He's trying to sound out words, guys.
Oh, okay. My number one is Jason Goes to Hell. You. Zombieland.
That can be your number one. Is it next week? Yeah.
Yeah, stop it.
Next week.
The only pat on the back I can give myself is he follows me on Twitter. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope as hell. We love when you watch us,
Yes.
Cecily. Again, we can't wait to see you again.
You're messing up my light.
I thought I was having a stroke.
No, you.
I smell toast. Yeah, Devin Sawa and Tony Todd fogged up glasses. Whew.
I know. Hot and hair.
Thank you, Troy. I love Jason Goes to Hell too. Thank you. That movie's dope.
Cancel.
Stop it. Stop it. If I'm close to a Home Depot for weapons, yeah, touche. I'd still be scared. I'd still probably pee on myself.
I would shoot. I probably wouldn't shoot anything like myself, maybe my foot, you. Who knows?
On accident.
I must watch every Thanksgiving. AOL dial-up noises.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I was trying to connect the Thanksgiving because you said it so serious. You're like, watch every Thanksgiving. I'm like, why?
I know. I was like, it's
Listen.
what? It's Halloween.
Listen. Okay. I'm hungry.
So, okay.
Mashed potatoes.
He's
sound so
hangry.
good.
I mean,
You're not
they
you
do-
when you're hungry, Ken.
Right. All right,
some
guys.
Thanksgiving dinner.
So we are at our number one, and like always, we will go through our honorable mentions all the way down to our number one. So my honorable mentions were 28 Days Later and Train to Busan. My number 10 was Day of the Dead. Number 9, Return of the Living Dead. Number 8, Dawn of the Dead. Number 7, My Boyfriend's Back. Number 6, Night of the Living Dead 1968. Number 5, The Dead Don't Die. Number 4, Dawn of the Dead 2004. 3, Zombieland. Number 2, Night of the Living Dead 1990. And my favorite zombie movie of all time. You knew it was coming, guys. You knew it was coming.
It's
Yeah.
just all right.
That movie's
I
all
know
right.
when you were saying that.
Listen,
The whole
This movie is
time. It's just
Yeah.
all right.
fucking fantastic. Like, and they even like they do things like I talked about. It's not a spoof movie, but they do pay homage to other horror movies. Like they totally named Sean's mom Barbara just for this moment right here.
We're coming to get you, Barbara.
Genius.
Yeah, totally.
Notice that.
Yeah. And now here's a part. Every time I watch this movie, I laugh. And I don't know why. When you notice that the group is entirely the same as they're going, this is brilliant.
Hi.
Hi.
I fucking love it, man. I love it so much. Like, I love Zombieland. Like, I could do a whole 5-hour stream about how funny this movie is. Like, there's another part where he has a tennis ball on a string on a pole, and there's a zombie right there, and they throw it to him, and he takes the pole and he spins it and hits the zombie with the tennis ball, and he's like, no, it's rubbish. And they're like, so then he like stabs the zombie and hooks him to a tree, and he's like, all right. But when he first spins it around and hits him in the head with the tennis ball, he's like, no, this is rubbish. I laugh every single time. Every single time. And since we're talking about Dawn of the Dead, or Shaun of the Dead, I got to do it one more time, guys.
Why have we got to go to Lizzie's?
Because we do.
She dumped you.
I have to know if she's all right.
Why?
Because I love her.
All right, gay.
Fucking love this movie so much. I love this movie so much. So not only is this my favorite zombie movie, we did a list last week, or 2 weeks ago, I'm sorry, the top 10 horror moments that made me cry.
Mhm.
That was my number one, Barbara's death. I sob every time at that scene. And that's what sets this movie apart, because there are genuine scary moments in this film. There are genuine, very funny moments in this film. But like I said, the part with Barbara is so fucking sad. And the practical effects throughout the movie are fantastic. It is as close to a perfect movie in the horror world as you can get. Did I say Zombieland? I did say Zombieland, but I meant Shaun of the Dead, you guys. I'm hungry. And I've been thinking about Devon Sawa. My brain's not in the right spot right now.
He's all over the place, guys.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. I almost said Zombieland again. Holy shit. Shaun of the Dead is my favorite horror movie. It's my favorite horror comedy of all time. It's my favorite is everything. I love this movie. Like, I adore Shaun of the Dead for so many different reasons. So you want to give us your honorable mentions all the way up to number one, Ash?
Yeah. My honorable mention was Warm Bodies. Number 10 is Day of the Dead 85. 9 is Paranorman. 8, 28 Weeks Later. 7, My Boyfriend's Back. 6 was Shaun of the Dead. 5, Zombieland. 4, Night of the Living Dead 90. 3, 28 Days Later. 2, Idle Hands. And my number 1 is Dawn of the Dead. 04. I love this movie because like we already talked about, it's action packed from the beginning, you know, balls to the wall. You have that little girl coming in and all the chaos. You have the like the you have the
overhead shot.
The overhead shot. Yes.
The explosion right there.
We already talked about it, but the zombie baby, I freaking love the zombie baby.
Yeah.
And then when that big lady, like when she turns,
was she a big fat lady?
it's so terrifying.
Look at it.
So
Look at this.
terrifying.
Oh, right in the fucking eyeball.
Like I imagine like that coming at you, like I would poop my pants, literally.
Yep.
So it's and there's a lot of comedy to it. There is a lot of realism, like when I think her name's Anne, she's like the nurse or the doctor.
Oh, when she starts crying.
When she goes to the back and starts crying, like away from everybody. Like I feel that, because you can't cry in front of these people because you don't want to show your weakness. I totally feel that with her. So I just love this movie. And then you have the mall cop, he redeems himself. So
I love the dog.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
The chick that's really obsessed with protecting the dog, that'd be me.
Yeah,
Yes, that would be me
just
too.
need to get him. Yeah.
We didn't talk about Andy either. You know
Oh,
how
yeah,
they're like
Andy
playing
with the
chess with each other
signs,
with the
yeah.
signs.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Like,
The poor guy, he's like, we gotta hurry because he doesn't have any food. And
then they send the dog over to give him a Sammy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fucking love that. It's such a good movie.
And
Like it is such a good movie.
yeah, and like you said, we just rewatched both of them not too long ago, and I forgot how much I love that movie. So
Right.
it's my number one.
All right.
Yeah.
So Nadia, do you want to give us your honorable mentions up through number 1, please?
Yes, my honorable mention is Shaun of the Dead and Zombieland. Number 10, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Number 9, Night of the Living Dead, 1968. Number 8, Flight of the Living Dead. Number 7, Army of the Dead. Number 6, Return of the Living Dead. Number 5, Hashtag Alive. Number 4, Zombieland Double Tap. Number 3, World War Z. Number 2, Dawn of the Dead 04. And number 1, which was your honorable mention, Ken, is my number 1, Train to Busan.
Nice.
So what can I say about another Asian zombie movie that just takes this to the next level? Makeup effects, the way they turn once they get bit is mesmerizing with like the body cracks and like the way they twitch. It's just like it's so eerie to look at. They're likable characters except for one really douchey one.
Yeah.
And if you've seen the movie, you know who I'm talking about.
Right away.
Super sad moment at the end. Once again, I cry every time. Child actor is Oscar worthy, but
Yes.
this is always my go-to movie, and it deserves the love that it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be watching Last Train to New York when it comes out?
I didn't even know about that. What is that?
It's an American remake of Train to Busan. It's
Then
The
yes, I
Last
am.
Train to New York. It's coming out this year. I know a lot of people that get pissy about it. They're like, you know what? I love the original foreign film, so I'm not going to watch the new one. Listen, I don't have a problem with it.
No.
You know, and even if it's a shit movie, how many people are going to watch Last Train to New York that never heard of Train to Busan
And go back
and then go
watch
back
it.
and watch Train to Busan
Yeah.
because they
Right.
now know about it? Like any type of remake, whether it's a foreign film being made American or even like, you know, when Halloween 2018 came out, sales on Halloween 1978 spiked like 30% that year because people that had never seen it or people that are like, oh, I forgot about that movie that aren't horror fans that think about it all the time. They went back and revisited it. You know, so a remake can do so much good. A remake, a little bit of a remake, a reboot, a requel, whatever. It can do so much good for even the original film. So I'm very excited for The Last Train to New York.
I've never
So
even
am I.
heard of that one because I'm seeing like all these videos, like movies coming out in 2023, and I didn't hear about that one.
Let me see. I mean, the last I knew it was still coming out, but there was one time in the 90s I was wrong. I guess it could happen again. The Last Train to New York. When are you coming out, you summon a batch? It's a remake of the 2016 Korean film. I know that. It says 2023 right here.
That's exciting.
So
I am excited then. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where, like I said, I'm not somebody that poo-poos at remakes. You know, like even if it's a dog shit remake, it doesn't take away from the first one. I can still go back and rewatch it. It's not like you're like, hey, we're gonna remake this movie and we're gonna burn every copy of the original so you can never watch it again. You know, like fuck it. If it's bad, don't watch it. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Great list, Nadia. Jordana, do you want to give us your list?
Yes. So honorable mention was Yummy. 10, The Sadness. 9 was Return of the Living Dead. 8, City of the Living Dead. 7, The Beyond. 6, Dawn of the Dead, 2004. 5, Night of the Living Dead, 68. 4, Dawn of the Dead, 78. 3, Zombie 2. 2, Wreck. And my number 1 is Train to Busan.
Nice.
Yeah.
I literally like have never been so like engulfed in a movie, and the relationship between the daughter and the dad, even like the scene where they're in the car and she sees the smoke, like the parts from the building, and it's that eerie moment, you know what I mean? The pregnant woman and her husband, just all of it is so well done. And that last scene, oh my God, I was sobbing. My kid came upstairs. She's like, what's wrong? I'm like,
You're pretty heartless if you don't cry during that scene.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. And my thing is, like, I know a lot of people that are like, well, it's subtitled. listen, in a movie like this, there were so many times I wasn't even reading the subtitles, but I knew what was going on.
Mhm.
Exactly.
You know? As a human being watching the movie, you can feel the emotion. You can feel what's happening in the scene. I don't need to read. When I'm watching a movie, I'm not like, everybody be quiet. I need to hear every single word everybody's saying at every minute.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm feeling what's going, unless we're at the movie theater, then I'm a complete asshole.
Mhm.
But like,
Right.
I don't know. Like if you can't watch subtitles, that's fine. I'm not one of those, oh, I'm better than you because I can. But I just feel like in a movie like this, you should really give it a try, even if you're not into foreign films.
Right.
Even if that's not your
so
thing,
good.
you have to watch it because it's so goddamn good. And like,
You'll cry.
even past the like the end part, like the very end part, I was like continuously sobbing because it's just the connection of everything and add the gore, like at the end when everything's going crazy and
and if you don't like reading the subtitles, just get someone who speaks Korean to be with you and just talk with you about the whole movie.
Tell you the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing about that movie though is that I am worried about, I will say, with The Last Train to New York. I really hope they keep it practical.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that brought me into Train to Busan. So I'm just keep it practical, please. And I think that The Last Train to New York could do great things. So, guys, we will catch up on the chat real quick before we let everybody go on with the rest of their night. We got a Day of the Dead at number 1. Ouch, my eye. Oh yeah. Every Thanksgiving, Trains and Automobiles never fails. Never ever fails. Another movie I cry at every time. I like me.
I was just gonna say that.
My wife likes me. I could be a cold heart cynic like you. I love
Those aren't pillows.
Those are pillows. Oh my god. Listen, we love horror movies, but that's not all we do, man. I love Plane, Trains, and Automobiles. There's a rumor going around that it's being remade with Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler. I'll watch it.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, I'll watch it.
That's a weird combo, but
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah.
Robin says Night of the Living Dead 68. Zombieland double tap, paying homage to Doppelganger moment from the Shaun of the Dead. Yes. Yes. Thank you. I love both Zombieland movies. What did I miss, Ashton? I missed something of you getting fisted. Oh, I see it now. You son of a bitch.
Oh.
Jason Goes to Hell is one of the best movies in that franchise. Hands down. Stop laughing at me, Cecily. You're grounded. And I can do that because I know where you live. Yeah, that was me being an idiot when I met Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
I picked Day of the Dead as my number 1 because it is very, very gory. Yeah, you're goddamn right. They will. That guy is a fucking walking statue. Return of the Living Dead is my fave. Yeah, it's a great movie. And like I said, for those of you that came in a little late, my honorable mentions through probably number 3 could be interchangeable at any moment. All those movies are just so good.
Yeah.
Yes, Army of Darkness. Yes, I said Army of Darkness. Oh my God, Ken, you need bedtime.
And mashed potatoes.
And mashed potatoes, yes. Yes, Ashley, same here. Love the Dawn of the Dead remake. We got some more Army. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Oh,
Ashley loves Army of the Dead too. But yes, Michael Jackson's Thriller. Oh, Cheyenne. I'm going to give it to you, man.
Yes.
I am going to give it to you.
Love that.
Scared the hell out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It really scared the hell out of me when I was young. Dawn of the Dead remake is awesome. Great intro. Everything you want in a zombie movie. It's something that Ashley and I brought up in our Didn't See That Coming, or I'm sorry, Versus episode. Son of a bitch, what is wrong with me tonight?
I don't know.
That's like us. You know, they're laying in bed and the neighbor kid comes over. I've had a lot of people be like, when you freak out? No, like the kids in our neighborhood come over and just come in our house all the time. You know, like if you hang out with our kids, like your family, you come right in the house. You know, that's fine with us. It's like I would totally react like that. You know, if I got up and it was Ashton or Vince or Trey or Devin Kyrie, Taylor. Hey, what's up, sweetheart? What are you doing? Oh my God, you're bleeding. Go get your mom.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch that.
I was gonna say you don't even deal with your own kids' blood. So.
I don't. It was so dumb. She tried to get the dog when the zombies didn't want the dog. I agree, Nadia. I'm kidding.
I would do the same.
When Emmy was doing those, I know that's so awesome, man. Emmy is a shit. Same thing. If Emmy just walked in our house, I'd be like, "What's up, sweetheart? Please don't be bleeding on your face."
Or bite me.
Yeah,
My
World War
throat
Z.
out.
Right. Oh, that's dope, man. I hope you have a great time.
Yeah.
Return of the Living Dead, my second most watched movie ever. Could never get tired of it. Oh yeah, for sure. Every zombie movie has at least one super douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. Pet Cemetery. It's undead.
It's true.
They are
Oh,
undead.
wow.
They are.
Hey, what's up, Trash Dash? How you doing?
Hey.
Apparently, I'm going through puberty. Wait, what was that? Also, The Last Train to New York is directed by the guy who did the cult segment in VHS 2.
Huh.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
Hey, we got some love for Yummy.
yes.
Um,
It's such a good one.
never seen Maggie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Check it out. Jordana, check out Andrea Bianchi's zombie flick Burial Ground. If you like Fulci, so if you like Fulci, that's one that Robin thinks that you'll like a lot.
Thank you, Robin. I
Um,
love him. He's my
yeah.
fave.
Oh,
Burial
Clancy Brown is easily the best part
Yes.
in
he's-
Pet Cemetery too. When
for
he's eating
sure.
the mashed potatoes
I
alone.
like Pet Cemetery
Yeah,
too.
I don't
like,
mind it.
I like it. It's a little wonky at
I
times.
don't
but
I don't love it as a Pet Cemetery movie, but I like it as a
Yeah.
movie. Like I
Yeah.
like Pet Cemetery 2 enough. The part with the motorcycle
Mhm.
with the scarf, like that's fucking gnarly, man.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go, guys. If you buy the DVD of Train to Busan, they have an English dub track.
Yeah.
So you could watch the movie in
it's-
English.
They have that on Tubi too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh.
An English dub. Yeah.
I
I
just
don't
realized
know.
that. Yeah, it says
I feel-
English back here.
I feel like it would, like, obviously for people who don't like subtitles, but I feel like it just wouldn't have the same effect. I don't
No,
I don't
I
know
don't
what it
either.
is, but
It's odd, like, because you can tell, like, they're not saying, you know what I mean? Like, they're
Yeah.
not,
The emotion probably wouldn't be there. I agree with you.
I think it's
They always pick people that doesn't match how they look. So it's like a little girl,
Yeah.
like, "Eh," and the person's
Yeah.
like, it's so weird.
It's like Ashley doing my voice.
Yeah.
Calvin, if you're talking about Train to Busan, dude, it is so,
So
good.
good.
Mhm.
Like it's so good, man. You got to check it out. So thank you everybody for coming out and hanging out with us and chatting. It was a blast
Mhm.
talking to everybody. Hey, we got a donation from Troy. Hit me with that ooh baby. All right, buddy. We got the ooh baby. We got the slice of fried gold. So we're back to the ooh baby, my friend.
Ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby.
That was awesome. Tatum, I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you for
Have a good
being here.
one.
We appreciate you. Yeah, everybody, you guys were all amazing tonight. I said it at the beginning. I said it in the middle. I'm going to say it again. Nadia's social media links, her YouTube is down in the description. Make sure you're following and subscribing. We got all the Killer podcast. All her links are down in the pot. And oh my Lord,
down there.
just follow them, man. You know what to do. If this was your first time here at Sledgehammer Horror, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you along. Our next live is going to be next week, and we are going to be talking about our top 10 worst horror movie sequels of all time. And we will be joined by Cody, you know him as Loki, and Mel from My Killer Podcast. Yeah, My Killer Podcast.
Yeah.
I'm all confused now on podcasts and shit, but they will be here for us too, counting down our least favorite horror sequels of all time.
Mhm.
Not just direct sequels, all sequels in general. So, and I do want to say I seen it here for a second. Where'd it go? The best original song written for a movie of all time.
Yes.
Pet Cemetery by the Ramones.
Love that
The
song.
only one that comes close is Ninja Rap from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Yes. Yes, go
Yeah.
ninja, go ninja, go.
Yes, I love that. I
Hey,
love that
hey,
shit.
hey.
Ninja, rap.
Rap.
Dig it.
Rap.
So, everybody in the chat, thank you again so much for coming out. It really means a lot that you guys spent a Wednesday night hanging out with us. Nadia, Jordana, please don't go anywhere. We got a couple more questions for you. Everybody else, as always, keep talking horror,
Stay who you are.
and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.